Can you explain the transferring of the captaincy from Landon Donovan to David Beckham?
I think David and Landon had a discussion. I think it was on the Monday or Tuesday before our game on Wednesday, and I think Landon was honoured to pass on the captaincy to David, who's obviously earned the right to be a captain of all the teams he's been at, including this one. And I think that it was a great gesture by Landon, and obviously greatly accepted by David. And I think it meant a lot to both people, and I think that was good for our team, and I think it showed a lot of character by both guys to come away from that and then play really well as well, and not have any hang-ups or anything. That was very good.
Go ahead, Michael.
Thank you. David, Michael Lewis from the New York Daily News. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
How much homework have you done on MLS teams, watching them on TV, perhaps videotapes, and the Red Bulls in particular?
Obviously, my knowledge of MLS teams is not as good as it is for European teams and other teams around the world, because obviously I've never played here before, never had to play against many of the teams before, so I'm still learning, but it's something that I'm looking forward to doing. It's something that I'm enjoying so far, being part of the MLS, because I came to America, I came to the Galaxy not just to be a soccer player. I came to be an ambassador of the league and to try and take this league and this sport to a different level in this country, and if I can do that, then I'll be very honoured. But at the moment, I'm enjoying learning about the players that we're playing against, the teams that we're playing against, and also the different cities that we've visited. So I'm enjoying it so far.
David, Steve Cangelosi at Fox Sports New York. Can you talk about the affection for New York that you alluded to earlier, and when you negotiated your arrival in MLS, was New York and not Los Angeles ever a realistic landing point for you?
Well, at first, there was other teams that interested me, and obviously New York was one of the cities that I've always loved coming to on vacation. My son's called Brooklyn, so it's when we found out we was going to have our first baby and our first child, it was in Brooklyn when we first found out. So it's the reason behind his name, and a name that we loved. I think what's great about New York, and you don't get it in many cities in the world and places in the world, is there's a lot of positivity, a lot of energy, and if someone doesn't like you, they'll come up to your face and say, "I don't like you." And I think that's what's great about New York. Not just that, but no, not yet, thankfully. But that's one of the great things about New York. It's very energetic and honest city, and that's why I love visiting here. I'm looking forward to playing here. I think that it's going to be great for our team, great for the soccer fans in this part of America. And like I said before, I'm honoured to be here as a Galaxy player.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take our next question.
Hey, David, AJ Calloway with Extra. Outside of playing here in New York City, what else do you like to do in the city?
I love shopping. There's some great shops here. Not as much as my wife, but I like visiting a few places here and seeing the sites. There's quite a few sites to actually go visit, and I've done a few before, but this trip's quite short. We're only here till Sunday morning. Well, I'm only here till Sunday morning, so I've not got too much time to go and visit some of the shops that I tend to visit when I'm here. But just being in the city, there's a great vibe from the moment you touch down to the moment you leave. There's so much energy here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take our next question. In the center, Brian. If we could ask, please, no flashes again. Thank you.
Brian Dugan, Sunday Times in London, David. Just can you talk a little bit about the visit to Harlem earlier and working with the kids there and what you did and what that hopefully will involve in the future?
Well, so far, it's been a busy day, but someone just said to me, you must be tired. But today's been one of the best days I've actually had since I arrived in America. It's been quite a whirlwind experience since we touched down as a family and since I touched down as a Galaxy player. But I think visiting Harlem and visiting a place where I've got academies is something that is my passion. Working with kids and seeing kids having fun. It's not about kids that have got the best ability in sports and in soccer. It's about kids just being in a safe place and being given the chance to go and enjoy themselves running around. You know, in Harlem today, some of the kids had ability, but some of them didn't have ability. But they was out there enjoying themselves playing soccer, and that's one of the great things that this sport gives to kids and gives to families. You know, at the end of the day, it might sound, you know, tacky, but you know, the kids are our future, and if you give them a chance and you give them a chance to go and enjoy themselves in fields like you know has been provided today, and they're trying to build more as well, and you'll find in places like Harlem where you know there's kids that haven't got some of the stuff that other kids have got in the world, and you know you'll find some of the greatest players in the world, and some of the kids with the most ability will come out of places like Harlem and different places that haven't got, you know, the money that other cities have got around the world, and it's because the kids are hungry. The kids are hungry to win and to get a better life, and to be there today was really sort of rewarding for myself.
Okay, we're going to take our next question. Go ahead.
Yes, Eik Younger from Viasat Scandinavia. David, do you remember anything like that from the time when you were a kid yourself?
There was many places where I went to when I was a kid. You know, I wanted to just be involved in anything that was anything sort of soccer related. I think that I was lucky. My parents, you know, were very supportive for me for a really young age, and they was able to give me the chance to go to, you know, different soccer schools around England, and you know that it made me happy. And you know, as a parent, and I'm sure many of you are parents, understand. You know, when you see your kids happy, you know, it's the best feeling in the world. So, you know, to experience that today, and also to have experienced it as a kid, you know, it's an amazing feeling.
David, what do you want to achieve here in the US?
I want to achieve something that is definitely possible within the fact of raising the profile of the MLS, and raising the profile of soccer as a sport. You know, I'm not silly enough to sit up here and say that it's going to be bigger than baseball, basketball, American football and ice hockey, you know, because I'm never going to say it is going to be, because there's so much great tradition and so many great sportsmen that play these sports. But if we can raise it to a certain level and take it to a certain level, a level that's higher than it's ever been, I think so far since I've been in the US we've succeeded, because you know the attention that we've had on the players, on the Galaxy, on the MLS. You know, there's parts of the world that have probably never even heard of the MLS until now. So in a way we've succeeded on that part. It's just, you know, keeping it going and not letting that die down.
Okay, we'll take our next question.
David, hi. Steve Politi from the Star-Ledger in New Jersey. Just curious, along those lines, you're talking about, do you think much of the attention you're getting is from your celebrity, not necessarily from the soccer itself? Do you think that will have staying power when you leave from one city to another, or when you leave the league entirely?
I hope so. That's what we're trying to achieve. Of course, everybody knows that, you know, it's not just about the soccer with me. First and foremost, it is about the soccer. You know, everything else that comes with me is a bonus for the MLS. You know, the attention that we have got is not just from the sports world, it's from, you know, all parts of the media, and that's great. You know, it's not a bad thing to have, you know, the celebrity side come out in the sport, because it gives it a bit of glamour and glitz, and some people like that. But it is about the sport, it is about soccer, and that's one thing that we need to keep going. But as you said, you know, it needs to carry on. It can't just be, you know, just one game and then people forget about it till the next season. I think you've seen so far in the games we've played in, you know, there've been sellout crowds, and I think that hasn't happened for a number of years in the MLS. So to have, you know, 47,000 fans the other night when we played, and also 27 when we played in Toronto and places like that, you know, it can only be good for the sport.